Torchlight was released in 2009, and the more I keep going back and playing these old games, I swear the more crust and rust forms upon my body. And it was developed by Runic Games and published by Arc Games. And this is a carpal tunnel syndrome style of game, by which I mean kind of like Diablo, where you're just constantly clicking. And unfortunately, for those of you that love Steam Deck, it's not great to play on the Steam Deck. You can do it, but the controls are a bitch because it wasn't designed with controller in mind when it came out. But what is Torchlight like here in 2025? Well, I've been playing it. I played it a lot over the Christmas period. I've mentioned in a few videos past that I had a really gnarly ass cold over Christmas, so I couldn't really do a lot of videos or anything, but I did play a lot of games, which is always a plus. But here with Torchlight, I thought, you know what, I'll replay through Torchlight 1, 2 and 3 in that order, which is what I'm going to do. And it's pretty fun. You point and click and attack enemies. You collect and find loads of loot. There's loads of side quests and main quests. Essentially, you have this town and you've got to go underneath it into the depths of this dungeon, which goes on and on with loads of different biomes and whatnot. And you've just got to save Torchlight and possibly the world. That is the tagline. And there are pets that you have with you. I have a wolf with me. There are 3 different classes to choose from. I went with magic, and I swear to God, I unlocked like a beam attack, and I just started using that, and I was just like Kamehameha and my way through everything. It was great. There's also fishing as well for the people that like fishing within it. It's got a lot of randomization as well, so no one person's going to have the same playthrough in same style dungeons. There is a lot of repeating on the designs of the dungeons. Of course there is. It's an older game with an older procedural generation system, so that is going to happen. There is also like a retirement system as well, so you can retire your hero and pass down everything to a new hero that you create, which is a pretty cool idea. It's got a lot of mod support for people who love mods, so that's always a plus. But the game, it obviously looks very basic because of its age, but it plays very well. And the fact that you can upgrade your character with all different weapons, and you can increase your strength, your dexterity, your magic, and whatnot, and it's just one of those games. It's an RPG. And you point and click the living crap out of everything. The enemies can swarm you, but if you play it on the lower difficulties, you shouldn't have too hard of a time. There are some pretty cool bosses to come up against, and there is of course a story. So a lot of the weapons are pretty cool, and you are inundated with loot. And there's also a fame system where your character gains fame and gets like a new title with with the fame and other bonuses as well. So you have like an incentive to do side quests and also do attack these special enemies that have these yellow names, and they're like hero enemies, and you go and attack them and increase your fame, which is pretty cool. Now, of course, you can accumulate loads of gold, you can transmog items, you can upgrade and enchant items as well. There are plenty of vendors selling things. You find a lot of loot which is just unknown, and you need some scrolls in order to unlock what the hell it is, and for the most part I'm always leveling up faster than I'm gaining the loot, so I'm always finding stuff that's just no good for me as it is. But you can equip a good amount of equipment to your character, and like I said, here I'm specializing in magic, but you don't have to do that. You do have a stash that you can keep all your other items in. It goes on offer all the time. You could probably buy the trilogy for like £3 when it goes on offer on Steam. I'd say it's worth that. You would definitely get your money's worth if you paid 11 quid for the game, 100%. But if, in my honest opinion, because of how old it is, it goes on offer all the time. And I think when I got the game, I got it for like in a bundle with the other Torchlights, so I think it cost me like 50 to 70p for the game. That is dirt cheap for the amount of fun that you can have with Torchlights. Of course, you've got to temper expectations. It is an older game, and any new modern stuff that you may find, like if you've been rocking a lot of Path of Exile 2 and you go back to Torchlight, it will be very, very basic in comparison, but that doesn't take away from the fact that Torchlight 1 and Torchlight 2 especially are very good games. I haven't actually given Torchlight 3 the time of day yet. I will get there, but I've heard that one's not very good. But Torchlight 1 is definitely worth checking out in 2025, but like I said, I would get it on offer personally, because although it's a really cool game with a lot of content to do and a lot of things to find and equip your character with, it is one of those older games, so you got to temper those expectations. But please let me know down below what you think. Have you checked out Torchlight before, or is this something that you are a veteran in? And as always, thank you very much for watching.